another day in the USA. Just another day in America. Kids from my hood look up to the system set us up for failure. I just want to make enough to pay dividends, then invest in black businesses. They teach us to hate what we see in the mirror, but it can't break our spirit. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cop the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead. And we're off in week 2. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. He's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. For the first time with Mark Ingram. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit, Detroit.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Mark Ingram really coming into form in the NFL. First 5 years in the league, didn't have a 1,000-yard season, but he's done it the past 2 years.
Yeah, and I think a couple of reasons for that. Number one, offensive line has been rebuilt, and they put a lot of resources into that, and they've gotten better. Number two, he's got great running mates back there. Tim Hightower 2 seasons ago. Then last year, of course, the sensational Alvin Kamara. And last but not least, the defense is playing so much better in New Orleans. They don't have to throw the ball as much on offense. He can run the ball even more.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another 1st down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
And he whips that one incomplete there. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right, that pass will go from incomplete to complete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Here's Jackson to throw again. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Trying to finish off this opening drive from the 3. This is 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Hill. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
Oh, Brandon, that was a big play by the defense to keep him at the end zone on 3rd down, so there's an early decision to be made here, isn't there? I know that 3 is awfully tempting, but I'd pull on my big boy pants right now, and I'd go for it.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. It's a quarterback sneak, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The first carry for the second-year man, Joe Mixon. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here you go, 368.
1st and 10 for Dalton. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
368.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. To the left side here for Eifert. And I think Eifert may be in some pain. Staying down following that play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Go. We're good. Motion, I got one. 368. Nice.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Mixon with a first down carry. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. Room to run inside the 40. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Dalton here from the gun. And he's going to go down again. Tyus Bowser in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
This time Jackson will throw it. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Now let's go.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. 2nd down, Dalton. Looking left sideline, incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And it's 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
There you go, 368.
From the gun, Dalton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. It seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Back 99,
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going deep for Brown. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big-time 3rd down play for the Ravens. 54 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals have recovered it. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Play fake. Here's Dalton. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Operating from the gun. Dalton, he's going to go for it, and got his man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Oh, he's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A handoff to Mixon, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Bullock missed it. No good. Wide to the right. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Dalton throwing on second down. And this is incomplete. Giovanni Bernard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? Oh, he stays up. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Now Brown. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They'll try to get the offense going with Hill. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Jackson on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
From the gun on third down, Jackson flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Give him 30 yards there.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game. And
he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2, much more manageable. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stump that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Here's a give to Mixon. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. And caught right side, Green. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And the Bengal fans are probably saying, where has that been?
And they have to, because everyone wants to talk about having a balanced offense. But these two, Andy Dalton, A.J. Green, their connection is vital to their chances of winning.
It was Anthony Averett who got him down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Here's Kevin Huber now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Watch him now, Barney.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the fourth.
Here we go.
On second down, Hill. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The Ravens averaged exactly 4 yards per rush in 2017, and that's what they need here, 3rd and 4. From the gun on third down, Jackson forced out to his left. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Called out a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On second down, here's Jackson. They set up the screen to Hill. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
To throw is Jackson on third down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. William Jackson with a pick. 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six for Bengals TV. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish. Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that? What was
maybe
that?
They saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Jackson on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to get him for a loss of 5. Lawson, the 4th-round pick out of Auburn.
I think it's safe to say, partner, that he was one of the steals of the draft last year. A lot of injury concerns. That pushed him to the 4th round before he was selected. But 8.5 sacks in his rookie season, I think he's only going to get better.
And those sacks, 8.5, led all rookies. On second down, Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
A handoff, running left, Mixon. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, now, look at 56. Look it.
They stick on the ground on 1st down with Hill. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Here we go now.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got a lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Gone, 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 gone.
Throwing now is Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and forever.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Fielded at the 20. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He drops it off for Bernard. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down.
Here you go, 368. 368.
Back to throw. Room to run past midfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
368.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one, Oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They begin the drive with Hill. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure. And boy, did it pay off in this case.
Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.